What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 Heart channel where we do what? Bring y'all nosy in here. Bring y'all nosy in here. We got some things to discuss. We have some things to discuss, and y'all know your girl's ready to run her goddamn mouth. Did y'all miss me? Did y'all miss me? Oh my God. When I tell y'all the 60-day cleanse, if whipping on me was a person, child, I am getting A-Town stomped over here. But you know what? God is good. God is good. And I'm not going to get defeated in my endeavors because they want me to get distracted, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Today marks 21 days, aka 3 weeks, that I have been on my 60-day cleanse. So I am 1/3 of the way through. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Last year, I actually did this cleanse and I went on it from May to July. So I went on it from May 1st, sorry, you guys, to July 1st. And I was really, really successful with it. I loved it. I actually manifested exactly what I wanted. So that was a beautiful thing. That was a beautiful thing. And I felt like I needed to run it back this year because I have some goals in mind that I want to discuss. And I also want to come to fruition. And I know, once again, like I always share with you guys, sometimes I can be easily distracted. So I'm trying not to get distracted and handle my scandal. Right. But in any event, here we are. Your girl is back. Let me put my phone on do not disturb so nobody can be bothering us while we trying to get to of all of the hot topics. So first of all, their DJs have been dropping. I don't know where y'all been, but their DJs have been dropping. And what I'm gonna need y'all to do is tune the fuck in because there will be another Dear DJ dropping tomorrow morning and another one dropping Thursday. So I expect you guys to be tuned in, locked in, and stocked in because I need your feedback. I need to know what's going on and what is taking place and what are you guys thinking and feeling in the moment. Okay, today I know you guys see that I have, hold on one second. I know you guys see that I have some couples on the thumbnail, but we're not only going to talk about the couples. We got a few things that we need to discuss up here. We got some TV shows that we need to discuss that I'm not going into detail with. We have some hot topics that people were hitting me up like, hey, I think you need to discuss 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, oh, really? I didn't know folks was even paying it any mind, but apparently folks were. And they said, listen, we want to hear what you think about it. Let me go to, because I had a few things on the docket from last week, but I don't even want to tell you guys how I got scammed. So that is what broke my soul the other day and I couldn't go live. When I tell you the motherfucking fast been fasting, it has been fasting because every minute is looking at me saying, do you trust God? Do you trust God? Do you trust God? And I'm saying, yeah, I trust God, but I'm going to put somebody in a headlock in 2.2. So on Friday, I was scammed out of my $1,500. And you know, I'm really hurt because number one on the list, I don't normally get scammed. And number two on the list, I felt like I low-key participated in the scamming because I did something stupid when I panicked in regards to the situation. I do not feel like going into detail about it right now because then I might get all stressed out on live and then I might have to log the fuck out. And that's not what I'm here for. So let's get started on the topics, right? Let's get it going. We have been here. Let's see. Have we been here 5 minutes yet? Have you been here 5 minutes yet? Because we want to get rolling. Oh, almost. We trying to get folks to get the time to get in the biz, not eat. Because yes, we're going to talk about some things. Are you guys tuned into the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Right. So I'm tuned in. I don't know for how long, but I'm tuned in. I'm watching. Once again, I love Portia. That's my girl, so I'm tuned in. Can I say I'm tuned in for the long haul? No, I cannot. But I'll go into my Real Housewives of Atlanta review in another video. We're not going to do that here today. First, I want to talk about your man Kanye. I want to talk about your man Kanye. Now, everybody knows that I'm not a fan of Kanye. I am definitely a fan of the old Kanye's music, right? But Kanye as a person just always it came across to me like a spoil you fucking brat that likes things to go his way. He give very much only child syndrome, and I hated that for him, and I hated it for me having to witness him be that way. So I've always kind of been off Kanye. Kanye never really was my person. But in all fairness, Kanye is a musical genius. Let's be fair. Let's call a spade a spade. Kanye is a musical genius. So for that alone, hold on, you guys. So yeah, I don't know why it looks like this. So for that alone, I was always here for Kanye, right? I was like, okay, I like, College Dropout or whatever the name of the album was. I enjoyed that Kanye. Like that Kanye, I was here for that Kanye. I was like, okay, got it, through the wire and all that type of things. Yes, I was here for that, right? I think Kanye was a brat and a crybaby long before the mama passed away. I feel like the mama passing away gave him an opportunity and a reason to say this is why he's a brat and a crybaby. But I feel like he's always been that one of those type of people that stomp around the room when he doesn't get his way. And once the mother passed away, I think it just escalated. Let me just say, I really don't like to have too much conversations about folks dealing with grief because everybody deals with grief differently. Have I lost my mom? No, but I have lost my dad and I have lost a sibling. And what I can and will say with that is why I think that I'm maintaining very well. I also know that there's some folks that just can't. They just cannot. I'm sorry to say they may want to, they may try to, but it's not something that they're able to do. So in all fairness to Kanye, maybe he is grieving to this extent. I do not know. I just know that a lot of his antics that take place in regards to who he is as a public figure, I'm fucking tired of. And I've been tired of. I've been tired of. But in any event, once you say you're tired of it, they start saying that you're trying to silence a black man and everybody always turning on a black man. And see, that's the problem. We don't stick together with the black men. And I'm just looking like, well, first of all, this black man don't give a fuck about no black bitch because you always get a white one. And then on top of that, come on. Cut the bullshit. Cut the bullshit. Cut the fucking bullshit. Okay. Cut the bullshit. You don't give a damn about no black women. So why should we have to come and advocate and pump and all that for you? So anyway, in the new Kanye news, right? Kanye is annoyed about the way the public is treating Diddy, right? So because of that, he has chosen to now tap in and give his opinion on what he feels like is going wrong and how we're turning on the black man. And, again, that whole spiel, right? It's just too much. So apparently he put out a song, right? And the song had something to do with, the song had Diddy on it. And it had Diddy on it, but he also put Diddy's son Christian on it. Christian that's King Combs, right? He put him on it. Hey, step to the left, you nosy neighbor. Hit the thumbs up on the video. He put Christian on it, and he also put his daughter Northwest on it. Now, in all fairness, I feel like Northwest is just a girl version of Kanye. I'm sorry. For me, she really, 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 in my opinion, she gives me that she is just Kanye in a half white version, right? That's all I see with North. And for me, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. Sometimes she can come across a little too grown for me. Sometimes when I see some of the things that she says and also the way she treats her mom, I don't really like it. But you know what? It ain't my business. It ain't my place. I just sit up there and say, okay, that ain't it. But I feel like a lot of that comes from you just, you have no respect for her. You have no respect for anybody. And your dad doesn't either, right? So in any event, he just went on one of his recent rants talking about how they're treating Diddy. And then he talked about Jay-Z and his children and his wife. Right. And for me, like I said, I have plenty of videos that discuss, in my personal opinion, children are off limits in any discussion, right? Children are off limits in any discussion because you cannot tell a parent how to feel when you go ranting and raving about their children. And it doesn't matter how rational you feel the rant is. It doesn't matter how important what you're trying to say is. All of that is null and void when you're telling a parent something negative or anything for that matter about their kid. They don't like it. They do not like it. They do not like it. And on top of them not liking it, you could really have a fucking problem out of it. Right. So anywho, Oh, hold on, you guys. I don't know what is wrong with my phone. It's annoying. Okay, so it says, I read an article that says Beyonce and Jay-Z could take legal action against Kanye West following his vulgar, offensive tweets about their kids. Beyonce and Jay-Z have no plans on publicly addressing Kanye West's ex-posts about their children. Kanye questioned Rumi and Sir's mental capacity. Beyonce and Jay-Z will absolutely not stand for what Kanye West spoke about their two youngest children, Rumi and Sir. Quoting its sources, Page Six reported that the couple found it shocking that Kanye attacked their kids on X, formerly known as Twitter, on Tuesday. Kim Kardashian appalled by Kanye West's social media rant against Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. The couple is angered by the rapper speaking about their children in such a vulgar and offensive manner. The source said Jay-Z and Beyonce are aware of the post Kanye has since deleted and are discussing how they want to handle the situation, whether that be privately or in a legal matter. What did Kanye do? They have no plans on publicly addressing Kanye. And he also questioned the 7-year-old twins, Rumi and Sir's mental capacity before deleting the post. He then reshared it in the early hours of Wednesday morning. He then clarified that he had not deleted the post in order to be a good person. He wrote, I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled. The representatives for Kanye, Jay-Z, and Beyonce have yet to comment. Beyonce and Jay-Z tied the knot. We don't care about that. More about Kanye. Over the past week, Kanye has posted controversial remarks about several former collaborators, including Tyler, the Creator, and Kendrick Lamar, among others. His controversial behavior has extended beyond social media. In February, he used a Super Bowl commercial to promote his website, where the only product available for purchase by the following Monday was a t-shirt emblazoned with a swastika? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this is doing this. I want them to tell me, what did Kanye say exactly about the children. I think he called them the R word. And I don't know. I know there was some issue about him allegedly saying that he's upset because they won't help him fight against. Yeah, I'm sorry. So allegedly they're upset. He's upset because he wanted Jay-Z and Beyonce and them to help advocate for him, because Kim is trying to basically say he has no rights to his children, right? And for me, I don't give a fuck what Kim is trying to say to Kanye. I don't give a fuck what Kim is saying about Kanye. I don't give a fuck what Kim is doing with Kanye. I don't give a fuck what Kim is doing to Kanye. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care about none of that, right? Because initially, when everybody was telling Kanye to stay away from this fucking girl, leave the KKK alone, you barking up the wrong tree, he kept saying, no, she's a legend, she's an icon, and I'm going to show you guys. And he built the bitch all the way up to everybody else started believing it. And you know what happened? He thought that he could be able to continue to bully and bother this fucking girl. And eventually she got tired. She got tired and she clipped his fucking ass. And he didn't expect that. And because he's an immature fucking kid with mental health issues, instead of him being able to understand, I lost the only woman that I really love because I'm a fucking dickhead and I need some fucking mental health counseling, I'd rather just go on rants and show up butt naked and have my wife butt naked and curse and yell and now bring everybody else into the fold that have nothing to do with this. That was sad what he said about those kids. That was absolutely sad. It was demonic. It was demonic. Leave people, kids out of the fucking chat. Leave them out the chat, because it's not funny when it's yours. It is not at all funny when it's your fucking kids. And also, I want to say something else about this. Be careful of the karma. Be careful of the karma, because I'm a firm believer the sins of the father will fall on the son. Basically meaning that some of the things that our ancestors and grandparents and mammies and pappies did, we are either reaping the benefits from or we paying for that shit. Okay? Okay, so listen to me. You go on and you mess with these people, kids, and you pop all this junk. Meanwhile, you have, I think, 4 kids of your own. Why? But again, it don't even matter why. This is just the type of BS you do, and it's the type of BS they allow. I have no remorse for Kanye, and I don't give a damn how Kim treat him or what she do to him. I really and truly don't. In my opinion, Kim, I think you need to go on and give Northwest her pappy and let him raise her, because that's who she idolized. That's why she be talking to your ass crazy, and you try to salvage them last little bits that y'all built in somebody else's fucking body. In any event, I do not care, right? Moving right along, I want to talk about Monique and Tyler Perry. This is what I will say. I don't necessarily hate Monique keeping her foot on Tyler Perry's neck, even though I love them both, Monique and Tyler Perry, because from what it sounds like, Tyler Perry, you dead ass wrong and you refuse to admit it. But I don't like the timing of her doing it, right? I do get that. Again, you have to take your motherfucking, you got to take your swing when you get to the, when you at the, you have to take your swing when you have the bat. So I got that, right? But Monique, that wasn't really the time. That wasn't really the time. He was trying to memorialize Angie Stone, and here you come like, yeah. Scoot over, Angie, because I got some shit to check him for. Another thing is, to me personally, I don't know if I would be holding on to this long, but hey, I'm not Monique, right? Monique calls out Tyler Perry after he blasts music industry at Angie Stone's funeral. Monique has a message for Tyler Perry after seeing him open up about the mistreatment Angie Stone faced while speaking at her funeral. The Deliverance star took to Instagram on Tuesday, March 18, to address unsettling discrepancies in Perry's actions towards her. She first issued heartfelt condolences to Stone's family, prefaced her open letter to Perry by stating, "Please know that your fight inspired us to write this letter and that the fight doesn't end with your passing, and it is only the beginning." Monique then admitted that Perry's speech struck a chord with herself and her husband, Sidney, causing them to reflect across 4 points. Here we go. Dear Tyler Perry, I recently watched your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral where you expressed frustration over her mistreatment by the music industry. It struck me and my husband, Sidney, as poignant, but also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in your actions towards me. You expressed anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you labeled me difficult to work with. Despite never having worked with me, how can you condemn poor treatment of others when you've imposed the same on me? We have audio of you admitting you were wrong. Number 2, you asked, where's the money she's owed? Well, where's my public apology that you promised in 2016? The false narrative you perpetuated helped blackball me, costing me tens of millions. Where's the restitution for that? Okay, tens of millions. Okay, I probably would still be mad 9 years later. Sorry, Mo, you got it. You asked, number 3, you mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve, yet you asked me to promote Precious for free without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standard. Number 4, you said we should be careful in how we treat children of God. As a man of faith, where's your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it's yet to come. Unlike the music industry, which you rightly criticize, we have audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be held accountable too? In closing, I hope your words at Angie's funeral inspire you to correct the wrongdoings done to my family and me. You have the power to do so as you shared biblical teachings. Please remember, what will it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? Mark 8:36. We await your response with love and respect, Monique and Sidney. That was nice. Again, I think it depends on your personality. Me personally, I think it depends on your personality. One part of it is I get losing the tens of millions and probably even more at this point. I don't know if I would be so subtle either about addressing this motherfucker to clean that shit up, right? But at the same token, if it was 9 years later and God hasn't placed it in his heart to want to clean it up, I would have to relinquish it to God, or you wouldn't hear from me no more. Because to now keep addressing him, and his behaviors have not changed since, and it has been 9 years. Me personally, I would have to go with God is, for whatever reason, placing it in his heart not to give me what I need, but God is going to give me what I need. And I would have moved on. So this constantly bringing it up, I don't know if I would do that, but I also don't know how I would act if tens of millions of dollars was on the goddamn table. So let me shut the fuck up and mind my business. Now, I think that Tyler Perry needs to come forth and say what he needs to do instead of BSing, and making it seem like he's trying to do right by people, knowing that he's BSing. Come on, cut the bullshit. If you did the lady wrong, admit it, because now it's looking like you and Oprah be now y'all cousins, and y'all be playing games with people that y'all pick and choose, and then a lot of that can blackball people from the industry. That's not right. That's not right. And Oprah don't give me, she gonna say shit to Monique. Monique done told her suck a dick, so I don't know how that's gonna go, right? But Tyler, I think you got it in you to apologize. I think you have it in you to apologize, and I think you need to do so like yesterday. I also want to move on to Linda. I want to move on to Ray Janae and Toya. Let's talk about Ray Janae and Toya and the reality show. Now, I watched the reality show. Remember, I told you guys I wouldn't be reviewing the reality show only because the conversation that they were having surrounding addiction and all of that within their family, that's a little too close to home for me. And I'm learning to be the type of person that if I can't be unbiased against something because I have personal feelings towards it, I refrain from having any public discussion about it, right? And I think for me, my family has dealt with addiction to the point of some folks' demise. So I really, really don't want to speak publicly about that because then I'm going to only be speaking from a place of personal feelings. And that isn't fair if I'm trying to give fair commentary, right? So anywho, let's start with Toya brother Walt. Now, I personally like Walt, but I don't know what's going on with this nonsense, right? So it says in the article that I read, it says boundaries down in the bayou. Toya Johnson Russian talks family drama response to $1 million claim from her brother. Toya Johnson Russian has been transparent about the trouble she's faced with her family since her first foray into reality television in 2011. And after more than a decade, the Problems family feuding continues. Oh, so clearly she was on, let me hear what she was saying on Carlos King.
Will never change. They will keep operating with you the exact same way until you get to a place in your life where you have to set those boundaries, no matter who it is, mama, daddy, sister, brother, husband, daughter, I don't care who it is. If it's disrupting your peace, you have to set them healthy boundaries. So either deal with you from a distance, I ain't gonna deal with you at all. I'm real hardworking.
Wow. Okay. In the latest season of her WeTV show, Toya and Ray Janae once again let viewers into the uncomfortable dynamic between herself and her family. In a sit down with Carlos King, everyone's favorite Nola Beauty set the record straight on where she stands after the explosive finale that left viewers stunned. That's when she said the people will never change piece. Her brother Walter Johnson, affectionately known as Walt on the show, took to Instagram to air his grievances with his little sister claiming that she was paid handsomely for the production while the family received nothing. What y'all don't know is my little sister got $1 million for that show and we didn't see that money, man. He said we was being real with the fact that we lost 2 brothers and I know my little sister and my niece got a show. We trying to show these people where we come from and where we trying to go and how we didn't let this shit break us, how we use this shit to become something. That's what I went in there on, he continued. I've been going for my people for 20 years and I've seen a different life. And I know they not like me, but they got to know in the same token of me seeing that they not like me. Toya and her husband, Red, didn't seem to take Walt's claims to heart too much. The couple wholeheartedly responded to the insinuation while also making it clear that everyone was paid, but no one received $1 million. This is Red.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, man. I'm coming to y'all, man. Y'all already know I don't be with that internet stuff. I don't be with that back and forth. I don't be doing stuff for the gram or, looking for no attention, validation, or likes, or none of that shit. I'm a real nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What you is, Red?
Any interviews. I'm just hearing stuff here and there. I haven't listened to any interviews or anything like that. But, I heard something today and it was disturbing and it hit me. And, I didn't really want to wait till I get home. I just wanted to address it on the internet. So I hear today that Toya got $1 million for the show. And didn't pay me.
Oh.
No, let me say, I'm not saying she didn't pay me because every single person on that show got paid. I mean, I seen the contracts. Everybody got paid. Like, That's a fact. Like, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But how you get $1 million and you ain't tell your husband?
We played too much.
Because when I sat down and saw the contracts and stuff, y'all hit me with red. You're doing such a good job this season. The budget is this. We would love to pay you this, but we can't because the budget is this. We bring in other people, boom, 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 all this stuff. And you showed me what you made. I saw your contract. I even see the deposits. I even see the deposits coming in. So you're playing in my face, Toya. You're playing in my face. Because those deposits don't equal up to $1 million. So you got to be getting cash under the table. And you got to have something to do with it.
Oh.
We TV or whoever, you got to be paying under the table. Because the stuff that comes in is not $1 million. So stop playing with me.
Okay.
How the hell you going to make $1 million and I make that show? It's every week. It wouldn't be a show without me.
Oh,
you should change it to Toya Legendary Red. I've been popping before you. In New Orleans, Kevin Hart, my friend, you want me to call him? In New Orleans, I took you to the show. We backstage at Kevin Hart. Can you spend $10,000 for courtside seats to see LeBron play?
Oh.
2 people LeBron talked to on the sideline. Me and 2 Chainz. Probably come through, walking through with security.
Okay, yeah, he's joking. But anywho, he's making the point that all of that is a lie. He said in a funny rant posted to Instagram, Red called his wife to the carpet for making $1 million and not cutting him in on a sweet deal. I hear that Toya got $1 million for the show and didn't pay me. Y'all heard that. He captioned the post, $1 million and I didn't get paid. I'm done. I need my money by Monday or I'm suing. Toya also took to the comment section of his post saying, shit, I want my million too, babe. Where's the million at? Aside from the mystery of the missing million, Toya also took time to address her ex-husband, Memphis Pitts, and his antics leading up to her wedding day in 2022. The producer took to Instagram to upload a photo of himself with the bride-to-be a week before she was set to say, I do. That wasn't cool. You are really crazy. Why would you post that? And you know I'm getting married a week away, she said. But I guess it was another attention-seeking moment because it was a big moment in my life and you knew you'd get attention from it. Seems like our girl could use a big woo-saw from the people in her immediate circle. So I was having this conversation earlier because they was trying to figure out if Toya really got this money, and if she did, why was she there allowing the family to expose all their fucking secrets and you making all of the money off of the secrets? What I can and will say is, of course, Ray, Janae, and Toya would get a bulk of the money because they are the celebrities. Nobody would not give a damn about Walt and all them other people if Toya and Ray Janae was not there, right? So I think that they have to recognize that, yeah, I don't know if they should get $1 million because, I mean, how many people was in the house on Friday night aside from me watching the fucking show? So I don't know if that's the case, but I could see why they probably got a larger portion of the money because they are the celebrities, right? They are the talent. Now, everybody else, in all fairness, I do feel like should have gotten a nice little check depending on the budget because they were definitely there speaking their piece. They were definitely there speaking their piece. They was being genuine. They was letting it all hang out on that show. It wasn't no holding back. It wasn't no pretending. They was letting you know what the fuck it is, right? So I was like, okay. I mean, and again, it was very heavy. It was very heavy because on that show you're dealing with the brothers had been unalive. The parents were addicts. It's a lot of children that the father has all over the world. They trying to all get together. You know what I'm saying? It's a brother being released from prison. It's a other brother who seems as though he has mental health issues. It's just so many things going on. And then Beatty was my girl on the show, right? So again, it was a lot of. Her family is TV worthy. Her family is definitely TV worthy. So I can understand why they got the show. And I actually think they did really good every season since they've been on. My only concern is them thinking that Toya and Ray Janae wouldn't get a big cut when they are the celebrities and they're the reason the folks watch the show. They are the reason the folks watch the show. I cannot lie to you. But I think Walt did his thing. I think Casey did his thing. I think Beatty did her thing. I think Beatty girlfriend Mel did her thing. I think Toya's friend, who's always in a fucking business, did her thing and trying to come to Toya rescue. I don't, for me, in my opinion, because Toya wants to keep the Southern good girl image up, I don't like her on shows about her family. She's not the same as she is on the show with Tiny. She's not the same as she is on the show with Latoya Luckett, Monica. About her. No, she has another side to her, and you see it come out when she's with her family. And in my opinion, it's a little unflattering. And in all fairness, we all have that. We all have that, right? So I'm not saying that she shouldn't. I'm just saying that if you want to keep up and maintain a certain image, I think you doing a reality show with your family is not really a good idea because that image is not maintained on the show. You see a totally different person. What I got from it, which might not be the case, this is just me outside looking in. It looks as though, Toya, you want everybody to do what the fuck you say and listen to what the fuck you say because you're funding everybody's fucking life. And I know for me, that would not work for me. I don't give a damn who you are, which is why I always made my own money. You're not going to be here telling me what I can and can't do or what time I could do it and where I could do it at because every time I need something, you now, I'm getting it for me so you can run my fucking life. And that's what it looked like to me. I get being a bossy older sister. Hello, that's me all the way. But at the same token, I don't want to control anybody's life because I'm contributing to it. Because to me, then don't fucking contribute. And that's what I got from Toya. Everybody needed to act a particular way to make her feel comfortable. And it was like, leave them fucking people alone. Even like with the mother, Miss Nita. Every time Miss Nita do, y'all get y'all mother. What Miss Nita did? What did Miss Nita do? And I love Miss Nita was like, girl, you is Rainy and Raise Your Name mother. You're not my fucking mother. Leave me alone and stop telling me what to do. And I was with Miss Nita. What did she do? But you wanted her to act the way you wanted her to act for the cameras. And then if she don't, it's like, see, that's why I got to stop putting people before me. And no, you was just getting mad because you couldn't control them. And you know, a lot of their life you contribute to. So Toya, I'm not here for you on the show. But again, I mean, I guess I didn't really have you to think about, period. But, you know, you there, got it. Maybe I will watch the Carlos King interview. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was, did you guys watch Young Miami on did you guys watch Young Miami on Club Shay Shay? I watched it. I love Young Miami. I love Carisha. But anywho, she made a statement about Lizzo in her interview, and Lizzo addressed her about it. So, I mean, again, I got where she was going with it, but anywho, they're trying to say that Lizzo pressed her about it because she wants to know, what did you mean by insinuating what she said? A lot of folks have been critical of Lizzo's weight loss journey, although Young Miami called them out for having the same tone before it. Young Miami raised some eyebrows over her recent Club Shay Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe, and beyond her thoughts on cheating and forgiveness, the one and only Lizzo had some questions about her weight loss remarks. At one point of their conversation, Sharpe asked the former city girl whether or not she thinks that society puts pressure on women to get plastic surgery or other cosmetic modifications to their looks, physique, or body. In response, Carisha mentioned the singer as an example of someone who looked great before her weight loss journey, despite receiving hate, and as someone who still receives hate even after her fitness journey. If you natural, they hate you. If you got a BBL, they hate you. Young Miami previewed her specific allusion to the interest and reaction concerning Lizzo's weight loss as of late. What did you want? I'ma just use Lizzo. For example, everybody was like, oh my God, she's so fat. She looks so good now. Now it's like, oh my God, ew, oh my God, she needs to stop. Like, pick a side. What do you want? During a recent live stream with fans, Lizzo confronted the Florida FMC about this, and Young Miami explains her previous remarks. So let's see. I think they let you hear it here.
Oh, she's so fat, right? I remember that. But then they're like, ew, what is the ew? I have to know. Like, you know, like, people when you before like your weight loss, people used to be like, oh my God, seeing her lose weight, she's too fat, that not cute. That's what I was pertaining to. That part. It was like, oh my God, she lose weight, that's not cute. Like that was the deal that I was pertaining to. Oh, got you. Because you were like, and then she looks so good, and people are like, Ew, because Shay Shay was like, oh, because what, she did surgery or she did, you know what I mean? She's on Ozempic or whatever. Was that? I thought that you were kind of referring to, actually, I thought you were saying I got too little. So what I'm saying is like, people always have something to say. You know, that woman is like, you need to lose weight, and it's like, oh my God, I look good on her. She like, you just can never be right. People can never be.
Okay. What is the I have to know. The Detroit native asked on the phone, damn if you do, damn if you don't, is what I was trying to say. She replied, sometimes I see some people saying like she looked better when she was fat, but you're doing it for yourself and not for these people. Miami also made it clear that many people praise the weight loss, but called out the inherent double standard in preferring one body type over another and only desiring naturally voluptuous bodies while looking down on everything else. Elsewhere, though, both artists are looking forward to big moves, yada, 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 right? What I think, and I watched the Club Shay Shay interview, I just think that Miami didn't land a plane in the phone call, but I got what she meant. She said that basically you cannot please everybody. Y'all was acting like I was too fat, and then when I lost weight, y'all act like it didn't look good on me, and yada, 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 right? And I think that Lizzo, once again, she did say, oh, well, I wanted to address the because I was under the impression that you were trying to say I got too small. And then she did like this giggle, like y'all heard, kind of say like, I'm so happy about that. Lizzo, I'm sorry, girl. I don't even really want to discuss you, and I usually refrain from discussing you on my platform because whenever I speak about any other plus size girls, because I have had cosmetic procedures and have lost weight, it makes it seem as though I'm trying to speak down on those folks because I'm no longer in that category or I have done things to remove myself from it, which is fucking bullshit because I'm a fat girl at heart all day, every day. My issue with some of the fat girls is we don't believe you need more people, right? And that's whether you're 500 pounds, 300 pounds, or 180. It's either you're confident about being fat or you're not, right? That's it. I don't like the fat girl that try to act like or pretend that it doesn't bother them to be fat. And then soon as something happens, it shows that they are bothered. It irritates me. I'd rather you just be genuine. But what I learned about that is it's very, very hard for you to be genuine because either A, if I say that I'm happy about being fat, everybody's going to criticize me about it. Or B, if I say I'm not happy about being fat, everybody's going to expect me to do something about it, which is why for sometimes they don't be genuine. Just now what Lizzo did was disingenuous as well. The whole no, because I thought she was trying to say I got too skinny. Like you thought that was a good thing. No, you had some insecurities about if she would have said that as well. And the reason why you have the most insecurities, Lizzo, is because you live for the public. And in all fairness to you, you're in the public's eye. So maybe that's why I'm not in the public's eye. So I don't know what I would be doing if every day I went to my comments and I was being scrutinized and cursed the fuck out and disrespected about the way that I look, right? But it doesn't make it any better trying to conform to everybody else's standards and not having your own. Do you want to be fat? If you didn't, you lost the weight. Are you happy about the way you look now? So who gives a fuck about the ew? And basically what Miami was saying was the didn't even come from her. She was saying that it comes from the public because they try to be on some hate and shit. And because you live for the public, that it was like, now, so what does that mean? Who the fuck cares? Who cares? But see, that goes back to what I've always said. Like it's either you're happy in that lifestyle or you're not. I had a period where I was happy and thought everything was okay. And then I started to feel like everything wasn't okay. And then I realized I was unhappy. And then I made an attempt to do something. That was pretty much the long and the short of it for me. Because at the time, I'm telling you, sometimes it's so crazy. I will send old pictures to the family group chat. And I would be like, oh, F y'all. Y'all didn't tell me I look like this. And every last family member will be there. Like, first of all, DJ, we didn't even realize you look like that. And in all fairness, we didn't think it was anything to tell you because you were fucking fabulous. You were fabulous. Like you showing up like Beyonce everywhere you go. Exactly. Eggs fucking exactly. So when people are trying to criticize, I'm looking like who? What bitch? Who, me? Absolutely not. I just didn't fall in those categories because I didn't have those problems. And then when I started to, which was again knees hurting and starting to feel that overwhelming feeling of all the weight that I was carrying, then you do something about it. But that wasn't about what anybody else thought or felt. You know, and for me, that's why Lizzo irritates me. But again, it is what it is. I loved Carisha's interview on Club Shay Shay. It was so cute. It gave me a laugh. I enjoyed that. Also, too, Saronis Jackson. Do you guys know who this is? Because apparently there was some issue. This Kiki Palmer baby father brother, the one that was on Insecure. Right. So apparently something happened recently with him. So it says Saronis Jackson breaks silence on abuse claims from ex-girlfriend. Saronis Jackson denies all domestic violence allegations from his ex-girlfriend, Brittany Bell. Now, Saronis, what's Kiki baby father name? I want to meet y'all mama. Because every time I look up, y'all got some allegations of beating on some bitches. So I want to meet the mama and the pappy to know who raised y'all. Because every time you look up, these allegations are coming up. Brittany recently took to TikTok last week to detail her experience with the Insecure actor, using very obvious hints but no names. He responded to such claims in an interview with the Shade Room. I did not have a physical altercation with Brittany in the way it has been portrayed. I never had been violent towards her or any woman in my life, he stated. Jackson brought up their respective experiences witnessing abuse to explain why he has a significant caution and sensitivity surrounding this issue. Oh, so apparently somebody was whipping on somebody in your circle. Was it your mama? Because you see what he said. He stated Jackson brought up their respective experiences witnessing abuse. Let's see. Jackson used his height as a 6'8" black man to share why he's overly cautious of my presentation and physical potential. He claimed that Brittany became angry with him after learning of some false news and responded with physical confrontation. He said his only intent was to protect himself and prevent further escalation, adding, I have never used my size or physical strength to intimidate, harm, or violate a woman. Now, Saronis, I want to tell you something. I want to say something. You sound just like the brother. You sound just like the fucking brother. You sound just like the brother. You know what I think? I think y'all be in there digging in them women mental health. And one thing about us ladies, we a little nutty and crazy. So once y'all digging in women mental health, they start boxing on y'all. And I think y'all start boxing back. That's what I think happens, right? Jackson had reportedly spoken to Brittany and said that she apologized and denied any form of domestic abuse occurring in our relationship. He revealed that they expressed mutual apologies for the personal matters that have unfolded publicly. He also denied that he fathered any more children outside of the 6-year-old daughter he shares with actress Dominique Perry. Perry also responded to Belle's video, Here for You, she wrote. The one of them days actress also recorded. You also told me a time you had to feed our daughter because he didn't, and him making a really dark, sick joke about her being the R word, knowing she has autism. I'll stop here. Now, Saronis, that's your baby mama that said that. She's previously accused Jackson of abuse, telling people that she experienced emotionally volatility, intimidation, bullying, undeserved stress, mental and physical abuse, controlling and narcissistic behavior all over the past 5 years from Saronis and his family. Ooh. Okay, got it. Stephanie said that's self-defense. When speaking with the Shade Room, Jackson said that the suggestion that I have neglected her in any way is a misrepresentation to serve and formulate a particular narrative. He also expressed why her mother and I have our differences. Saronis, all you did was give Darius the fucking handbook, Saronis. All you did was give Darius the handbook, because this is the same accusations from Kiki and your brother. Oh, God. Anywho, I hold deep respect for her as the mother of my child. My daughter is not forgotten. She is prioritized. Her needs, sensitivities, and genius are not only acknowledged, but embraced. Tisha Gamino, the woman who said Jackson also got her pregnant, claimed in a series of receipts that he also pressured her into getting an abortion after he told Bell that he just donated sperm to her as a last attempt to have a baby. Listen, Saronis and Darius, I think y'all need to get some counseling. Because from the looks of things, it looked like y'all beat y'all women. It looked like y'all don't, maybe do y'all hate women? What is going on? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know. Absolutely not. But you know, I can't. I can't because it seems like your stories sound identical to freaking your brother's. It looked like you passed him down the handbook and he got with the program, right? I think that Kiki was just like the other girl and she was with the program too, which is why she knocked that shit under the table right along with the brother because they know they both was in there locking ass. But what is going on? What is going on? So I don't know. I don't know, but we're gonna keep them from folks in prayer. It's one last article that I want to read to you guys, and it's a little melancholy. I hate to end on this. I should have started with it because I like to get the bad news out the way and move forward. Stephanie said nobody care about either one of them Jackson brothers anyway. Right, Steph? Right. The last article was twin brothers found unalive in Georgia mountains. Will segregation return to the U.S.? OnlyFans housewife. No, I'm not reading all this other stuff, right? Twin. No. Yeah, it was two twin boys. I really, really, I was mortified about this. But there seems to have been an arrest, right? An arrest has been made after 19-year-old black twin brothers were found unalive in Georgia. Okay, okay, there has been an arrest. Okay, okay, move. Okay. 19-year-old black twin. Oh God, this is so annoying. 19-year-old black twin brothers found unalive in Georgia. Family rejects murder suicide theory. Twin brothers Quadia Malik Lewis and Nazir Rahim Lewis were found unalive with shot wounds on Bell Mountain in Hawasasi, Georgia on March 8th, with authorities suggesting a possible murder suicide. However, their family rejects this theory, demanding further investigation into the circumstances surrounding the 19-year-old's death. Bodies were found by hikers at 11:05 a.m. and reported to authorities. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation confirmed the cause of death as gunshot wounds, and initial findings suggest it may be a murder suicide. However, official autopsy results are still pending. Quadia and Nazir had booked flights to Boston for the morning of March 7th, but their bodies was found nearly 90 miles away from their Lawrenceville home in a location their family says they had never even heard of before. How did they end up in those mountains? They don't hike out there. They've never been out there. The twins' aunt Samira said they don't know anything about Hawasasi, Georgia. They never even heard of Bell Mountain. So how would they end up right there? The family believes something went wrong, especially since the twins' plane tickets were found in their wallets. Their uncle Rahim stressed the strong bond between the brothers. They're very protective of each other. They love each other, their uncle said. They're like inseparable. I couldn't imagine them hurting each other because I've never seen them even get into a fist fight before. Another aunt, Yasmin, started a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses, which has so far raised over $27,000. She described the twins as ambitious young men who dreamed of starting their own clothing line. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation has completed autopsies, but further forensic testing is underway. The family is desperate for answers, hoping for more clarity on the tragic deaths of Quadia and Nazir. But apparently there was an arrest made. So I want to see. Wow, this is demonic. Would they do that to these young men? It says I thought that they said there was an arrest made. Wow. Hold on one second. Let me just see. Mm, 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 mm. That's sad. Two young boys, two brothers. Yeah, okay. I assumed that they had made an arrest, but and then I think they're trying to What type of crackhead shit is this? That my shit'll freeze. That means I need to leave. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and that means I need to roll because they had me frozen, looking crazy. I don't play that. Hit the thumbs up on this video. Hit the thumbs up on this video. I know y'all cursing me for filth about going live. It really is a struggle at times because I'm living in a freaking matrix. But I promise I'm gonna go more because I have a lot of hot topics. I'll drop the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine reunion videos so we can discuss those. I mean, I guess we'll see. In any event, please hit the thumbs up on the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank my nosy ass neighbors for always having my back. I love you guys and I appreciate you dearly, 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 dearly. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Dear Deja. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning for Dear Deja. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Dear Deja, and I will be sending out the notifications. Enjoy your evening and good night.